Played a lot of games last year. He's a true freshman on special teams.
And a sack once again, 5th sack of the day for Ohio State.
And here he is. This is looking like Chase Young. Getting around the edge, rushing with speed, gets to the quarterback. Zach Harrison.
3rd down and 8. Option. We've seen this before. Not going to get there. Tackling him from behind was Zach Harrison.
Develop this culture that Scott Frost is trying to cultivate.
Mills right into the teeth, and you can see Ohio State's players determined not to let Nebraska score. Jet sweep motion, play action fake. Lewerke rolls, is pressured, and he'll be sacked.
With the freshman this time, Harrison, 6'6", 255-pounder. Look at the athletic ability and the speed. You get so used to Chase Young and even Jonathan Cooper that the freshman gets rotated in and shows you what kind of speed he has.
The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th guy generally, eventually will be an NFL player. Another sack. Zach Harrison, 5-star recruit.
They both got their most carries of the season and were pretty productive, albeit in a loss, 38-10. Another opportunity here, but that Ohio defense swarms. There was no space.
Levis runs it. And he's tracked down immediately from behind, and that's Zach Harrison. 1st down and 20. Cone thinking about it, and Cone swarmed under for a sack. 2nd sack of the day for Ohio State.
Check this out. They drop into zone coverage. All those slant passes. Look, Cone freezes, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys sitting in those short zones. There's nowhere to go with the slant pass. Great adjustment by Ohio State's coaching staff at halftime, knowing what hurt them in the 1st half and trying to correct those mistakes here in the 2nd.
For Nebraska, Martinez gives it to him. McCaffrey, no room as he dropped for a loss by Zach Harrison. Martinez trying to make people miss, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Zach Harrison this time.
Where can they find a matchup win? It's tough against this Ohio State defense, and now they're just teeing off in the pass rush, and Clifford is trapped behind the line of scrimmage.
There he is right there. He had a pretty good game last week against Nebraska, and you know they need a defensive lineman to emerge. You can see right there he's got quickness.
No matter who the quarterback is or the offense that you're playing against, that you can play lockdown 2-minute football.
Here comes the blitz, and nowhere to go for Connor Hayward. That swing pass. Spartans change their splits. It's a 4-man rush again. Thornton, they're trying to run for it. Thorne, pardon me, and he gets stood up at the 41-yard line and driven back.
Watch Ohio State zones it off in the pass rush. Thorne tries to climb, and it's a great fallback by Jean-Baptiste.
Play fake. Morgan in trouble. Stripped. Loose. Picked up. Ohio State's got it. Touchdown, Haskell the Rascal. Garrett. Buckeyes. Shot in the face last year, trying to break up a domestic dispute. Harrison gets it, and then here comes a big man.
And how about that bounce? It goes right up, like right into his gut, right? Right place, right time for Haskell Garrett. But a beautiful rush for Zach Harrison. I was talking with strength coach Mick Moriarty before the game. I asked him, I said, hey, you tell me who had the best summer? Who's ready to explode? He said Zach Harrison.
And they're going for it here on 4th and 2. And it's going to be Langan, the Wildcat quarterback, and he stopped short. Needed 2, only got 1.
First and goal from the 5. Tagovailoa keeps it swarm, not going anywhere. It's a loss. Zach Harrison right there. 200 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Might need that kind of magic again today. Tuttle taken off again, being chased and tracked down for a loss by Zach Harrison.
5 pounds. Let's watch him utilize his speed. Former track guy. Nice replay. Get outside, set the edge. Look at the big man. Get out and run. At the end of that opening drive, and he tried to gut it out and get back out there, just unable to go.
McCulley going to take off, and another Ohio State sack. This one by Zach Harrison.
Get up the field, and it's going to open it up here for Zach Harrison. Excellent job.
Defense, number 26.
Okay.
From the previous.
They fake the jet sweep, and McCulley is tackled in the backfield. Zach Harrison was all over him. Indiana turns it over on down.
Tonight, Zach Harrison with the closing speed on 4th down. Another stop for the Buckeyes.
Dave Chappelle skid, 2nd and 8 at the 38. Play fake. Martinez. And sack. Lost it, but gets it back. Harrison with pressure.
Well, here's that pass rush from Ohio State. Martinez just holds onto the ball a little bit too long. Xavier Betts was on the left side. He won and was wide open if Martinez would have had his eyes on that side of the field. And there's the strip from Harrison. Remember, Harrison in the first game of the year against Minnesota.
6-yard run from Dolu to open up the game. And now O'Connell will get it out into space to Dolu. And this is really an extension of the running game that you'll see often today.
How about this?
Yeah, Purdue. And they've done this before, by the way.
Buckeyes crowding the line on this 3rd and 4 play. They give it to Thomas, and he runs right into the teeth of the defense. And they tried to play power football, but Zach Harrison got there. Stover, who's a tight end, shifting over to linebacker, playing early. We do. Thomas spins and is stopped short. Quick penetration from Zach Harrison, and the Buckeyes defense makes a stand. Buckner pressured immediately, escapes again, and protects the football as they come after it.
Yeah, right here again. He has had a heck of a game tonight. Michael Hall, nobody picks him up. Miscommunication with Josh Lugg, the right guard.
But that's a great job of the inside guards doing a wonderful job of escorting their running back.
Boom remains the setback, out of the shotgun, gets the delay, and just back to the line of scrimmage.
Ohio State just brings 4. Stepping up, taking down, he lost the football. Simon fumbled it. Looked like Mike Hall Jr. got a hand on it first for Ohio State, and the Buckeyes have it. It is Mike Hall Jr. with a fumble recovery.
Hall Jr. came onto the scene the first couple of games of this year. A little banged up, production's gone down, but look at him just swiping that football out there. Great players always have awareness of where the football is at. It's a heads-up play, gives Ohio State a short field here and an offensive opportunity.
Petrus looking in trouble. Petrus rolls down, lost it. Can Ohio State get it? Let's see. And the Bucks have the turnover. Zach Harrison with the hit in the backfield. And Ohio State comes out with the loose ball.
These guys are in there way too quick from both sides, and Petrus doesn't have time to read it downfield and get the ball out. Look at that. He's out of there before he can release that ball, before anybody pops open on a 3rd and 5. This offensive line's got to protect better. They strip the ball out, though, and then the mad rush to get on it, and the Buckeyes are able to get their 2nd turnover of the game defensively.
3 turnovers already, and we're in the first quarter. Iowa with 2. And they'll reverse it. Fools nobody. Bruce dropped immediately. Zach Harrison.
Recognition right here. I want you to watch Eichenberg. This guy understands what's going on. He's hopping over to that side before the ball is ever given.
Clifford has done a nice job, especially last week against Minnesota, working his tight ends. Here's Clifford underneath. That ball knocked around. Looks like it's plucked out of the air and intercepted by Zach Harrison.
Free rusher. Why is that? Because they're trying to run a screen to that left side, so they're not blocking JT Tuimoloau. He comes in, bats that ball up, and there's Harrison with the present, and he's able to get it. Here's a great look from the ump cam. Harrison tips it to himself. The big man, 6'6", 272, creates the turnover, and now another turnover. This is exactly what the Buckeyes did a week ago, Gus, against a very poor Iowa team.
On this Wildcat offense, appropriately so for the Northwestern Wildcats. There's a wrinkle, and Ohio State stops it. Zach Harrison, the terrific defensive end, stopped Malik Washington.
Venture out.
He's responsible for setting the edge. He does that. He's right where he needs to be. Played that perfectly.
Obvious passing situations.
Littleton had nowhere to go. Immediately met by Zach Harrison.
Watch number 71 on the left side. He's bending. I mean, you bend your knees, right? Don't want to bend at the hips. You want to bend at your knees, and he...
And he is brought down by Zach Harrison. Fourth sack by Ohio State. From his own end zone. Again, ball's in the air, and it's a score. Still Chambers. The pressure from Harrison got to Tagovailoa, and the ball ends up in Steel Chambers' arms for a touchdown, Buckeyes.
Talia, as he escapes to his right, you see Harrison just kind of lands on that knee, has a knee brace on his right knee, kind of lands awkwardly on it. And Harrison, of course, strips the ball, and it ends up right in the hands of Steel Chambers. What a moment there.
McCarthy gives it to Edwards. He slides and loses his footing. Zach Harrison there to bring him down, a loss of 1.